Greetings everyone. Last week we talked about developing a rock-solid fundamental technique based on eighth notes using pick, four-finger, three-finger, two-finger, and flamenco-style techniques, but really the focus was on the Geddy Lee flamenco technique. Right now, this week, just to be fair to all the other techniques, we're going to have a focus done primarily on three-finger technique. But just because we focus on certain techniques week by week, like the trend has been so far, apply these to all your other techniques. So what we do with three-finger technique, work on with your Geddy Lee technique, work on with your two-finger technique, and work on with your four-finger technique, and work on with your pick technique. So, with three-finger, let's just reiterate, go over some basics. Now, in a steady eighth note pulse, there are, well, the thing with three-finger is that if you're working in a simple meter like 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, common time, you're gonna have an odd common time 2/4, 4/4. Basically, every even numerated time signature, you're gonna have an odd number of fingers. And when you get into eighth note pulses, every time you start an eighth note pulse, you're gonna start the next measure on an odd finger. So say you start with your index finger, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. The next measure starts on your middle finger. Then the measure after that will start on your ring finger. Then the measure after that will go back to your index finger. So that's the trick with three-finger technique. And it also applies to 16th notes, and we'll start getting into more speed-driven exercises to help you get your three-finger technique up. But like I said, apply what we're doing this week to four-finger, two-finger, flamenco, Geddy Lee, and pick. So the exercises that we have to warm up to three-finger are the chromatic scales and variants 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 4 3 2. Now, when you go to crossing strings with this, because I've taught you straight up and down the neck and across the strings, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 2 3 4. See, I excluded the ring finger there, but you saw on the ascent up that every time you got to you were jumping to a new string, you struck with a different finger. Watch. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 4 3 2. No matter if it's eighth notes, 16th notes, even with triplets, you gotta take it slow. You want to make sure that when you're going from string to string using more than two fingers, that you can do a nice, smooth, even attack on all the strings going from string to string. So the other string crossing exercise that we have are the one octave scales. And the two formulas that I've shown you are starting on one string and then going to then climbing up and down on one string, and then the three string octave. So those are the two ways to do it. No matter, you only have to worry about crossing string on one different finger if you're climbing up on one string. When I started on my low B. When I got up to the E string, And my string changing finger was my middle finger. And when I was climbing down to the low B again, my string crossing finger was my ring finger. Now, if you do across 3 strings, string changing middle finger, and again, it's your middle finger. Just like on the way down, you strike both with your ring finger. Now, another way to deal with the whole string crossing thing so that you don't get tripped up at faster tempos, alternating between all your different fingers, because at faster tempos, you want to reduce the movement done by your right hand. So, okay, that was going on 2 strings, so I'm climbing up, I hit the octave, climbing back down, back down. I struck the G sharp, the 3rd of the scale, with my ring finger, and then I just raked it across the B string. It's called, I believe the proper technique is called economy picking. And basically, if you're crossing strings on the same motion, pluck the next string. You see guitars do it a lot. So going across 3 strings, ascension, descension. Now, you'll notice that sometimes I switch up the fingers that I'm doing. And I'm just trying to show you what I mean by economy picking. You want to make sure that when you're practicing that no matter what finger you end up on, you use the next finger in proper sequence. So the way that I'm showing you is I strike the string 1 ring middle, 1 ring middle, 1 ring middle, 1 ring middle, 1 ring middle. So if we were doing that going up the scale across 3 strings, cross with the economy pick with the 3rd finger, economy pick with the index, and then finish on your ring finger. It's important for you to be able to keep that sort of balance together, to keep that motor going, no matter what. So I'm going to show you with 16th notes. You won't really be able to hear me because I'm not plugged in, but the whole point of these video lessons is to just show you with your right hand what I'm talking about. You don't need to hear it because you're going to plug it in and understand what I'm saying. Smooth, even stroke, all that sort of fun jazz. So we are going to metronomeonline.com because I am too cheap to buy a replacement metronome. Come on. Alright. That's 60 BPM. So I'm going to do chromatics up and down the string and across the neck. Then I'm going to do 1 octave scales up and down the neck, and then I'm going to do the 1 octave scales across a couple necks using 16th notes. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Just watch my fingers. Nice, smooth, even strokes all across, and you saw that whenever I was doing the economy picking, I would always continue with the next finger in the sequence that I'm most comfortable with, which is index ring middle, index ring middle. This is what you want to try to accomplish with this three-finger technique. There are other things that you can do with the three-finger technique, and tomorrow we're going to get into triplets.